What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Appreciate you all very much. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Hump Day, where we're going to see a moon exalted in Taurus, but it's got a lot of squares over to Venus, over to Mars in Leo, so there's a little bit of tension. Maybe forcing action in our personal lives or relationship lives, even our own personal actions based on things we want that feel good. Maybe safety comes into question, maybe a risk for more safety, a risk for more abundance, for better. The moon does start off the day with Jupiter. As we end last night and into the morning, it's like, okay, Moon, Jupiter, and Taurus, that's a vibe. Makes a really nice sextile over to Saturn. Got Saturn and Jupiter in their sextile. So I mean, it's an interesting concept. A certain amount of responsibility with a certain amount of expansion, right? Like, it can go a long ways. Expansion takes effort, it takes work. Quality takes work, it takes effort. You have to believe in yourself, be confident. Today's kind of testing our confidence. And it's almost like the things that we love right now are kind of in question. It's almost like, gosh, I love doing this so much, but is it going to bring more into my life? Is it better? Is it actually quality? The relationship factor comes into it. So there's definitely like a lot of things that we're like on the line with and like toying with, and tweaking. And that's where squares, I think, are very powerful and potent in our lives, is they have us kind of look at things square in the eye and be like, okay, this is going to take effort. It takes compassion. It takes emotion. It takes, also just a level of creative power and intent. And that's where I think Mars and Venus are trying to really help us. Just doesn't necessarily feel comfortable to maybe make certain emotional decisions, or how to expand beliefs right now when there's pressing needs, with Saturn there. But it's almost like, yeah, you take care of business, you handle things spiritually, you handle things physically, and you get rewarded. You at least get to the next stage, you get to the next step. So Wednesday kind of feels like a got to do some things to get to the next step, but I think that there's also a knowing that it's worth it. It's better. The moon's going to finish off the day with Uranus, which can kind of get a little whoa, and kind of, throw things for a curveball here or there. Maybe somebody shows up and presents something, or maybe you present something to somebody and it wasn't what either person was expecting. It can just be a little electric emotionally, which can also be very exciting. So I don't know, maybe today kind of forces us out of a comfort zone, out of a shell a little bit, kind of gets us to maybe try something that we want to create, do something different. Maybe a new emotion hits and it sparks like our ego into where we put that emotion, where we put that energy. So there's like a focus of creative intent. There's a focus of energy. It's just maybe not exactly the thing that is so safe and comfortable and slow. It's almost like, well, steady wins the race, but I also kind of have to put this effort into life right now. I got to, express. I got to figure out how to relate this. Got to figure out how to relate to life, relate to people, relate to ourselves. And that's all going to expand our knowledge of ourselves, our emotional bodies in general. So there's a lot of growth that's happening. The sun's going to come to 24 by the end of the day. So again, kind of in that square over to Neptune, building up. So that can also, again, bring up a diluted sense of our truth, of trying to express ourselves, express our mind. Mercury's trying so hard to help with that, bringing up conversations. Maybe big conversations come up right now. Maybe things that haven't been expressed are becoming expressed. So it can kind of be like things come out of nowhere for people right now, or it can feel like we're lost in a little bit of a haze and like looking for the clarity that we so desperately want to identify so that we can amplify many of the things that can bring more treasure into our life as well. So yeah, Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, pretty basic stuff. Everything's pretty much just, it's just a lot, right? Except for Pluto over here, but like it's just very one-sided. Life can feel a little one-sided right now. Maybe we're looking for the other side, and it is kind of this occulted sort of energy that we still got to like go back into Capricorn and like put, a deep, passionate energy and drive and commitment into things we want to create, build, what kind of structure we're forming in life. It's almost like we got to put the final touches on these things. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with today. Also, Mars is going to start making that square over to Uranus too. So, kind of accident prone energy, but that's just because certain things have to just happen out of nowhere and it can feel like an accident, but it had like a divine purpose that maybe helps us find ourselves, find more of a unique personality, a unique expression of ourselves, and maybe helps us find more quality in the things we do too. So, kind of an interesting time period we are about to come into. This is definitely when the astrology starts to get very interesting, and Saturn is just 3 days away from stationing retrograde too. So, we're dealing with Saturn stationing, which I think is another weird quality because it reminds me of like when you're in school and you got like 3 days left until school's out, but you really don't. Your teacher gives you one last thing of homework before summer vacation, and you're like, you've got to be kidding me. It has like that energy as well, or it's like like finals or SATs or these little things that are important, and before summer comes, but it's like, God, can summer just be here already? That energy can be felt right now too. So. And yeah, just with this Venus that's about to come into shadow and retrograde and these big squares over to Jupiter, of course the moon right now, Uranus, Mars square Uranus. There's quite a bit of unpredictability and different sort of unprecedented things that could manifest in our lives, like a helicopter flying by outside. It never fails. The one time I leave my window cracked, a helicopter's going to fly by. Because why wouldn't it? You want some peace and quiet to record a nice video, and like that's life right now. So, just when you think everything's going to be like the perfect quality that you wanted, there's something maybe that can get identified and throw a wrench in it. But sometimes we just got to accept those things too, and like see what message it had, what the meaning was, what the purpose was, and how to keep going forward with what we get from it. All right, the Two of Pentacles in reverse. It feels a little weird, a little chaotic. Like we have to just make a choice today. It could feel like a choice just has to be made, and like we're not really going to be stuck juggling because maybe something just feels like it is that like point where you're not going to get quality out of life and relationships and just the day to day and all these little things about our lives if we don't, make a decision, come to a conclusion, put our feet on the ground, kind of find that grounded essence in life. Maybe today's about finding the ground, especially with Sun square Neptune. It can feel like we're all kind of floating away a little bit. And another two of swords upright. Yeah, I guess some decision, some path has to be made, Everything is kind of a crossroads, but it's like, are you going to choose like the grounded approach that's going to help you manifest and create right now? Or are you going to stay blindfolded and not see the truth? So I think that's another thing is like truth is right there to see. It's almost like sometimes too right now we kind of are maybe not wanting to see the truth, and maybe we need to really pay attention to the truth. And the Empress upright. I think the truth gives you the beauty and the value and, the sensual qualities of life that we all desire, the comfort, the abundance, just the overall feeling that we can make it and take care of ourselves and be better and, be fruitful in this reality. So whatever choice you make, I think as long as you do make a choice today, you're going to see that the fruits of the labor were worth it. And that's where I think we're at today. All right. Love you all very much. Hope you have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.